Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. This is going to be a quickie for Mickey. Mickey Taylor is a regular viewer on this show and many of the shows that we all watch together. She started her own YouTube channel, The Divine Miss Mickey. I'll leave a link in the description of this video, and I'll have little squares on the side linking her videos. She's put up an intro video and her first video today. So if you would like to check out a new tarot reader and see if she resonates with you, go for it. She's a friend of ours. You've seen her, you've interacted with her. Now go give her some support on YouTube. Okay, this reading is just going to be a quickie for Mickey. SEAL Team 6, murdering political opponents. Everybody talks about, oh my God, no, Trump could order SEAL Team 6 to for the presidential immunity, easy for me to say, case. Now, first off, we all know that this case isn't going anywhere, and that was the nail in the coffin that, so it would be okay for you to send SEAL Team 6 to go wipe out your political opponents. And a qualified yes is the answer from his attorney, who sounds like Alex Jones. Anyways, the question nobody asks is, if SEAL Team 6 was given an order by Donald Trump to take out Joe Biden, would they do it? Let's find out. What's the energy? If the order was given by Donald Trump to the command of the SEALs to order SEAL Team 6 to go assassinate a political opponent, would the commander of the SEALs do it? Justice card. The first thing they would do is they would be talking to lawyers and the Justice Department to see if that was legal. Crossed with judgment. They'd have to exercise their own judgment. And not only that, they'd have to look at their legacy. It's one thing to be following orders from the commander-in-chief, but it's murder, and they know it's murder. Now, if you had a fanatic that was in charge of the SEALs, some super MAGA person, they probably would. Everybody else has integrity. And I do not think the military would carry out a political assassination for Donald Trump. In the past is the emperor. Commander-in-chief. Actually, this is the king. The king ordering his generals what to do, and you have no choice. And if Donald Trump were elected and put in as the president, he would be trying to act like the kings in the days of yore. This is not the country. Even if Donald Trump was elected and basically installed himself as an authoritarian, this whole country for the last 200 plus years has not been an authoritarian country. So you still have people that believe in justice and who have integrity, who may not follow the orders of a king. The current situation, if they were given that order, is the star. All eyes are going to be on them. Are they going to be the person who follows the orders of the king, or are they the patriot who defies the king? The overarching energy would be absolute betrayal. And it's betrayal on both ends. If you follow through with the order, you're betraying the Constitution, you're betraying everything America stands for. It's a betrayal for a president to act like a dictator to order that assassination in the first place. And of course, the president, dictator, king would think it's a betrayal if the head of the SEALs didn't follow that order. Lesson to be learned is that this person wouldn't follow that order. They would be fired from their position. They would be let go and kicked out. And again, that's the part of the judgment and the justice. You have to live with the consequences of your decisions. But would you rather be a murderer? You might be kicked out for a while, but should the king ever go down, you will forever be a patriot for not following that order. And you would likely be reinstated because you actually showed integrity. Outcome, the government. The outcome, the military would support you. And when the government is back, they would support you. So you might be kicked out from the military for a while there's a dictatorship going on. But the minute the dictatorship's gone, you likely be reinstated, or at least have everything reinstated for you. And again, you would go down in history as a patriot to the country for not following the illegal orders of a crazy narcissistic sociopath with delusions of grandeur. Okay. Follow-up. Let's say you had a SEAL team commander who lacked integrity and gave the order to a SEAL team to go ahead and assassinate a political rival. Would the SEAL team members, generally speaking, would they follow that order? And you might just get a very similar reading from them. I do think that the head of the SEALs, or that would give that order, that's where, that's really the stopgap. That's really where the bottleneck is. But what about the actual SEAL team? What would they generally do? Chained to the double, following orders. Now they have to decide if they're going to follow the orders or not, because they've been given the order from Trump down through their command chain, and now they feel like they're stuck because they've been ordered to do that. But they also know there's been a lot of military cases where the team did the wrong thing, and then they got held accountable, and the defense of "I was just following orders" doesn't fly. And so now it comes down to the personality types, the MAGA types that are going to do it to support Trump, the types that I'm in the military, I'm an elite soldier, and if they tell me to go do something, I'm going to do something. And then you've got the other types that are going to be like, I can't do this. This is wrong. They'd have no problem going into any other country doing this very same thing, but not in their own United States. And some would risk going to jail, be thrown in the brig for doing that. Others would welcome the opportunity to follow through and maybe get rid of somebody who maybe they feel like, oh, the president ordered it, they must know something I don't know, that's why I'm going to follow orders. You know what I mean? But others would absolutely risk imprisonment rather than defy this order, or even being kicked out of the military. Underneath it is the Page of Swords. It's how trusting you are of the folks above you. Are you thinking? Now, the thing with the SEALs is not only do they have to be physically fit, tough as nails, and mentally strong, they have to be able to think on their feet. These are not dumb people. These are not nitwits that are just knuckle-dragging morons. These are very sharp, tactical people. You cannot be a SEAL unless you have that ability. In the past, you'd have the Three of Wands. It's kind of like the... normally, they go... Again, in the past, they would go overseas to do something like this. Decapitate a leader in a foreign country. But now they're being asked to do the most incredible task ever, and burdensome task, which would be to eliminate U.S. politicians on United States soil. And that would be a very difficult decision for them to do. The overarching energy is just, who do their loyalties lie to? Is it their is it their loyalties to the military and following the chain of command? Or is it to the Constitution, to which they've sworn an oath? Each person would have to make their own decision. We had a Page of Swords underneath here. These guys, again, tough as nails and sharp as tacks. They have to make their own decisions. But I also suspect that they would talk with members of the team, and there's going to be one guy on that team who's going to be the leader of that team, who's going to understand the situation at hand. The outcome would be the Three of Coins. SEAL teams do things covertly. They're in the background doing stuff. So they could take those covert tactics and try and figure out ways around it. I would suspect, depending on who the King of Swords is, some would actually do it and they would go through with the covert operation as ordered. I suspect many wouldn't. So, in the end of the day, with this immunity argument about SEAL Team 6 or the SEAL teams going in there, you've got two stopgaps. You've got the head of the SEALs to provide the first stopgap. This, again, is assuming that Trump's defense ministers and stuff have ordered this. And then you have the individual teams and the leaders of those individual teams. Would they carry it out? Unfortunately, they probably would. But what's the probability of it happening? You have to find somebody who's the person in charge of the SEALs who's willing to do that, and you might continue hiring, replacing, and firing until you get that one guy who'll do it. And then once it goes down to the teams, you might start seeing that same refusal to do it. Eventually, you would be able to cobble together a bunch of mercs that would absolutely do this, but it would take a while for it to happen. And I think if you had ordered that and it's taking a while to happen, it's going to leak out to the media, and then the U.S. would know about it, and it would get out there, and people would kick and scream and expose it for what it is, which could probably kill that whole assassination attempt. So it's not going to happen. The probability of Trump winning this case is zero. Or as close to zero as you're going to get. And even if he did win it, the probability of enacting it would be an incredibly low probability, and likely it would be exposed well before it ever got to boots on the ground and some type of operational mission. Breathe. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for all your likes and shares and everything you do to build it up. Again, I'll leave a description for Mickey Taylor's channel in the description, and I'll have the little boxes here so that you can click on a link and go straight to it. Why don't you give her a subscribe, check out her videos, and let's support another reader on YouTube. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.